Babus played Gragas today, right? In Los Ratones. Let me see. Let's watch Baus Gragas. So this is Gragas versus Nidalee. I played this matchup in Korea so many times. It is actually disgusting. What I used to do into this was I just went Roa. So I rushed Catalyst, and then once you have Catalyst, you can actually kind of fist fight the Nidalee and beat her. But you get stomped really hard until you have the Catalyst. Like you outscale the Nidalee. Nidalee becomes kind of useless after a bit. Yeah, that is greedy as fuck. You play versus Nidalee top, the most disgusting lane bully, and you're going Sapphire Crystal.
Yeah, but your passive heals you up. You know, the more casts you get off, the more healing you get. Perhaps the door.
I really hate Sapphire Crystal start Gragas. I think it's so greedy. Your early game is too bad for it.
It would have been a little bit easier here for Baus. Has gone for the magical boots in the secondary tree alongside Phase Rush.
I like the runes though.
A little tricky. It's jack of all trades.
Yeah, I would love to track the early top end trades.
Yeah, we should look
because I really want to see how Rooster plays around this brush.
Oh, you guys know a trick that you can do versus Nidalee and Teemo and even Shaco. If you know where they placed the box, but you're gonna forget it right in a minute or something, you can do the ping that says like need vision here, and that ping puts a marker down and it stays there. So you can basically have a marker on there and you will always know that there's a trap. It's a very nice trick that you can do. It doesn't work on Shaco box. Yes it does. I don't think you understand what I mean. I will show. The green ward marker. Yeah. Okay, so imagine Nidalee has placed a trap, and you know, if you normally ping it, nothing happens, you don't know. But you can put this ping, and this ping will stay here for a bit. See? It will stay here for I don't know how long. So now I know, this is my own mental note, that there's a Teemo mushroom, a Nidalee trap, a Shaco box. But you can only have one of those out at a time. But it is very useful if you play versus Teemo, Nidalee, all those champs. Use that in your next game that you play versus these champions. Because it is easy to forget sometimes where they are. I want to watch the Gragas gameplay. Did Baus stream it from his POV? Probably not, right? You guys probably know. They don't have any POV streams, right? Rooster versus Baus. Is Rooster Korean? If so, that explains the Nidalee pick. Because when I was in Korea, there was a lot of Nidalee top lane. Is Baus Korean?
That's when you hit them. Baus already losing so much health.
This matchup is such a pain in the ass for Gragas. Going Lost Chapter is so int, I think, in this matchup. At least when I played it, when I was in Korea, like 9 months ago, I felt like I needed Roa. I needed it. Fluff armor makes sense.
Getting those plates, and eventually I think we're gonna see either.
But you need Catalyst, man. Bro, he has no Baus, no TP, no health. It's just fucked. This matchup's so bad.
Still doesn't have that teleport. It's about 2/3 of his cooldown left, so Baus needs to be so cautious here. Not yet level 6, needs 3 or 4 of these minions to press over towards that.
Yep, Roa Katalysatoren. Yeah. Oh my god. That matchup is just so tough. I mean, even if he was building Roa, right, he wouldn't have the items yet. He wouldn't have the components. It doesn't matter. I think starting the mana crystal is just unplayable. I don't know if second wind is still playable. Like maybe you still just go second wind, go Roa, and then once you have that, I think you're kind of chilling. You're good to go. Baus is too greedy with the items. But I understand, honestly. Lost Chapter is so much more fun to play. So much more fun to play. Baus is trying to go for the proxy, maybe. It's not possible here. He just holds the wave.
Still about even in terms of gold. Rooster trying to hold the wave here, trading onto Baus.
And that's a Merctrad's first item in Italy as well, by the way. Sheen Merctrad's good luck trading with this thing ever. So impossible. I mean, I think if you put me in the same position, I would also int. I would be in a similar position. But I would go Catalyst. And with Catalyst, I think you can stabilize at this point. And that's kind of the point of it. That's what makes it better, I think. The nice thing about this build, though, is that you have AP. And with AP, you can just wave clear. But look at his tower. Because he is not able to ever trade. Like, you're literally not allowed to trade, ever. It's not possible to trade with this thing. You lose your tower. And then you just that's bad. You don't want to lose your tower, basically. So that's why I think Catalyst is better. I don't know if you need to go to Roa, but you might as well go Roa, right? I think Catalyst Protobelt is pretty solid, though.
Gold, medic.
I can be Vedius if you want.
Mr. Bomba, please make a wallpaper section on Discord. Do you want this wallpaper? Boogerhead, can you send this in my Discord server? Yeah, you really want that wallpaper. Oh, here we go.
He's such a cool dude. He's very...
So his tower is dead. Demolish. 1.8k gold ahead. It's just so sad, man. Gragas top is so unplayable into these kind of lane bullies. It's just a shit pick. You gotta make it work somehow. I mean, I really don't think Baus is playing bad, by the way. He's just Gragas. He's literally limited. He's homeless. I blame Baus, not Gragas. You can blame Baus for a couple of things. I think starting Mana Crystal is shit. And not going Catalyst, I think, is shit. But other than that, I think mechanically and stuff, he's doing fine. Is Gragas a good top laner this patch? Nope. I think Gragas is very mediocre.
Range then extends by 100. Baus hit. He's a little overextended, but he should be fine. Easiest ganked.
As they want to put some pressure
so that they are strong in their individual.
I think Gragas is good versus noobs though. He's still always a good noob stomper. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think I would actually be in the same position as he is this game. I'm not like, I would get shit on just as hard as he is. The nice thing though is that, like I said, with this much AP in this build, you can still wave clear. So he has 116 CS still, while if he had Roa, if he was building Catalyst, I think he would have had less CS, but it depends how much he fights. If you can trade better because you have Catalyst, then you can just last hit with autos. What's the best lane for Gragas? Top lane. Jungle Gragas is really bad. Top lane Gragas is just not great. Okay, are we gonna see a big Baus play? Let's see, come on Baus.
Ricardo's going to get onto Nemesis here. The Weavers will coming out from Nuke as well as they look for the chase. There's the cease and desist. Nemesis flashing away. A tidal wave for the follow-up onto Bukado, who had to flash himself. Trimby was stunned by a good bubble, but now Velia's on the wrong side of the wall. Does have to flash out. Rooster joins the fray. The Carling almost connects. Crowny does find one.
You're saying top bad? I just assumed jungle good. No, unfortunately, Gragas jungle is just really slow. It's it just can't keep up with the meta. Gragas mid is like a good OTP pick, but it falls off the higher elo you go, in my opinion. It's good versus mages that are bad at positioning. So if you play versus a Syndra that plays very aggressive and doesn't position well, I think Gragas is actually very solid into that, because you can just one-shot the Syndra. Like, Syndra is extremely fragile. But when you play versus a good Syndra, that's when it gets tough. Like, you cannot do anything versus a good Syndra. It's a completely unplayable matchup.
The build over Peacemaker.
Gragas bad everywhere, Poro said. I don't know. I think Gragas is bad top in high elo, but overall, just whatever elo, I think Gragas top is fine. It's like playable. The problem with Gragas top is that this season he literally got nothing. Like, Gragas is basically homeless this season. Nothing extra, nothing special. You lose your plates faster early game. Gragas is such a weak early game champion that if you play versus anything that can push into you, you will lose your plate early game, and that's bad. With the new plate system, it is very important that you can get prio early game, and Gragas doesn't get prio, so Gragas is just too weak. He's like early game, I mean. Once you get past Gragas' early game, like smoothly, I think he's a really good champion. He's a solid champion, but if you play versus good players that can abuse that bad early game, you're gonna be weak kind of for the entirety of the game. No new item synergy. Yep, yeah, Gragas is not really good with any of the new items. I think Bandle Pipes is actually a solid item, but that's a very supportive playstyle, and it's just like whatever, you know. You don't play Gragas to play Bandle Pipes. They're probably worried that if Gragas becomes meta, he'll neutralize every top laner. Yeah, pretty much. Gragas is kind of a toxic champion to be meta. Very uninteractive for his opponents. Oh shit, dude, the Baus TP. Wait. Wait, hold up. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Baus TPing in, he flying in. Boom. I mean, honestly, not bad. Oh, holy shit. Bro, it's not a bad TP actually though. Gragas is a champion that can just TP in, especially with the shield. If you survive the initial burst, then you combo them and you run with phase rush. It's actually not bad. But this looks so bad, but it's actually not bad at all. It's just oh, the Talia W is so fat. Damn. Kind of a banger game actually, except for the top lane matchup. Merc threats Gragas. Oh no! Oh, that engage from Baus is sad. But they have vision. Enemies have vision. There's a... Oh no, this is not a ward, this is a trap. Isn't it just better if he just throws ult? I don't know. I think the problem is that his team is walled off. His team can't follow up here, I think. He's kind of a... This is a solo engage, basically. But unfortunately, Gragas' belly is not big enough. I think you just throw ult. I think the right way to approach this fight is by just tossing ult. And then the ult, what will happen as well, is that the ult will knock the Nidalee into this wall. And then you can E on the Nidalee and proc phase rush. And then you can continue the fight. Because right now, you proc phase rush and stuff, but it's a little awkward.
This is going to catch him out, and now he's knocked back with the Bolt Breaker, and Nuke will secure the kill.
Yeah, ult to kill wave to disrupt.
Baus going in, the rest of the team managed to do it, but without a teleport.
Bro, Nidalee top is... Oh my god. Nidalee top is so nasty, man. The E attack speed, the Q auto reset, the Sheen procs, what's it called, Hull Breaker. The thing with the new towers is that they are tanky, but only if there are multiple people on the tower. So if there's 4 people on one tower, then the tower is very tanky. But if it's 1 person on a tower, it actually just melts. It melts super fast.
Onto the kitty cat who immediately flashes away, tidal wave onto product.
Oh, that was a shit engage by Nico. Does Gragas even scale that well? No, he doesn't scale into the late game very much. Gragas is a really good mid game champion. So if you had a bad early game, your mid game is also going to be bad, and that's terrible. So you need to kind of have a chill, stable early game. You don't have to win early game, but you have to have a stable early game. And then you can have a really strong mid game. That, like in the mid game, is when you want to start flashing and one-shotting people. So basically, Baus hasn't really reached that point yet, because he got stomped in lane. So he's just kind of existing. He's a bit of a CC bot. I think the best thing that Baus can do at this point is unironically get Bandle pipes. Get Bandle crack pipes. I think they are still playing on the patch where this item costs 2000 gold. Get Bandle pipes. You can also spend this money from the cloth armor that he bought in the early game. It's 1.7k gold from this point on. Get Bandle pipes and boom, you carry your Caitlyn a little bit, your Valia. I think that's the way that he can be most useful here. Playing for Shadow Flame is kind of shit. Or he might go Zhonya's. I think he's going Zhonya's then, if he has a cloth armor. They are playing on 26.2? Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure because our NLC games were still on 26.1. And that was on Tournament Realm as well. So I thought they were on Tournament Realm too.
The unraveled earth immediately stuns up the Caitlyn, and shifters shift their attention towards the Baron.
That Lucian spoke so much Korean. The way he was dashing, he was putting on a show there.
26.1. Look on left. Look on left. Oh yes. Okay. So they are still on 26.1. So bundle pipes costs 2,000 gold right now. So it is so easy for a top laner to pick up bundle pipes here. It's so cheap, so fucking cheap. I think that's legit the best thing that he can do right here.
Fight looked really good for LR.
Pick up bundle pipes, because I don't think he's gonna be useful any other way.
Flash out.
Zhonya's is good though. Zhonya's is fine, but it's like so expensive.
On his way as a
Ooh,
minion.
the spear goes through. Doesn't matter, but...
Now diving forward,
Oh, hell no.
On two.
They don't have damage. But Talia.
Coming in from the side as well as they try and get enough men for the fight, and they'll find it. Nuke now unstoppable. Nemesis, even with the Seraph shield, will not have enough health to survive.
Damn, they got shit on hard. How did they miss the Nico minion? I think it is just so difficult to see in the moment. And also, a stupid thing is that cannon minions right now, cannon waves late game, have 2 melee minions. So if you are Nico, you can transform into a melee minion, and then you have three melee minions in a cannon wave, which is what would be normal last season. But this season, you know, that's fake. So, I don't know. I think they should definitely know it by now, obviously. But it looks like they are just completely oblivious to it. I think it's really easy to miss a Nico minion. I think this champ is so OP in competitive setting.
Pushing forward, we'll have the enhanced recall from that mid lane quest. Shifters will take one Nexus tower.
Baus? Oh, he fucked it. He failed to engage on the Lucian. That was free, man. That was actually free. He could have had it. Okay, look, Baus. Slow motion. E. Flash Q. Then he ults. Ah, but why does he ult there? That's good, you Bob. Do you think he meant to ult the... Like, you think his goal was to ult the Vi in? I don't think so. How is this good? You want to ult the Lucian in there. 100%. Ult the Lucian in. Lucian dies to Pantheon instantly. And bam. Okay, the fight is won. And then now he's Zhonya's, right? He's gonna Zhonya's, I think. Or not yet, I guess, because they don't go on him. I mean, it's good to separate the team, but in this case, you should always knock the Lucian into your team. Am I crazy? I don't know. I like ulting the Lucian in way more than ulting the Vi in. If you ult Lucian in, that means that you're ulting here. So if you're ulting here, you're not hitting the Vi ever. So that's kind of bad. But if you wanna ult the team, just do it more in the middle here then, instead of this. This ult was kind of weak. But it worked. I think the important thing is just that Baus got a fight started. It was a good engage, but I think it should have been pulled off.
Splits up the fight with a great explosive cost, and now look at Nemesis. Look at all the damage he's pumping out. Luke goes down.
Vi was positioned more easy play for this. Lucio more difficult and no hit all champ. Okay, but if you ult Lucian in, he just dies insta, and then he can't play. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you kill Lucian instantly, that's better than knocking him away from the fight. In my personal opinion, is more high risk. Maybe. It's only more high risk because you don't hit Vi. And Vi can then ult somebody. So I guess, yeah.
Goes down, Rooster goes down, and here...
If Lucian in, then Vi no CC, Nico ult everyone, grouping on Lucian.
Splits up the fight with a great explosive cost.
Okay, so you're saying...
They won the fight! They won the fight! They won the fight! They're doing it again! They can't keep getting away with it! Let's look at this fight.
So you're saying if he ults Lucian in right now, Nico CCs the Pantheon in time. Pantheon kills Lucian here in 1W auto Q. This Lucian dies instantly. I don't know, guys. I think taking out the Lucian instantly is better than splitting up the fight. If you want to split up the fight, you should ult more in the middle of the fight. Nobody cares about the Lucian though.
Goes down, Rooster goes down, and here Nemesis is just a machine gun.
Maybe you guys are right. It worked out. But I think Nemesis carried. I think Nemesis fucking 1v9'd it though. I don't think... Like, I think the fact that Baus started the fight was good, for sure. That was good.
So many kills.
I don't think I like a Bloodletter's Curse here. I think it's too difficult to hit your opponents. Who are you realistically hitting as Gragas here? Only Vi, a little bit. Without Flash. He bought it for Rise. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's just a small way to be more supportive, I guess. He took it so Nemesis doesn't have to buy magic. But yeah, but my point is that it's very difficult to hit your opponents here. They're playing Nidalee, Talia, Lucian, Nico. How the fuck are you hitting them as Gragas? But yeah, it is kind of like min-maxing the Rise. It is min-maxing Rise. I don't think it's that effective though. But it's, yeah, just a little bit. Ult? Well, yeah, and then what? You ult them all and they have a, what is it, 7.5% debuff? It's like, it's whatever. I think Abyssal Mask is more useful in that case.
Mid lane, Nemesis is back to help out his team now. Bukado bot breaking away, Baus looking for the engage.
That's a pretty good ult.
Nuke gonna have to be healed up by Trimby. Baus falls down to half, but is popped up by the Redemption.
I think it makes sense to bet everything on the Rise though, but I wonder if there's a better way to do it. It's crazy they're winning this game, by the way. Look at the gold differences everywhere. Rise ult, Baus in. Holy shit, that's a crazy play. That's a crazy play. I like that.
Nuke having to try and escape from the one side, the Cullen coming out from Paddock. Lost returns up a 4v2 towards the top. Nuke TPing down towards
Talia TPing bot.
Giving up on the Baron, looking for...
holds the line as the rest of LR is
Oh, and then he goes again? What the fuck is this mind control? He's everywhere. Oh, he gets one shot. Oh my god. 300 HP Baron. Okay, but actually though, are they losing because they have Nidalee top? This champ is so useless. It just bullies you in lane, and now it's so useless. It doesn't do anything anymore. If they had an Ambessa, imagine how this game would be. Now, I don't know the ban phase, maybe there was Ambessa, but if this was an Ambessa or a Renekton instead of a Nidalee, this game would be over. Would Ambessa generate that gold lead though? Doesn't have to. You can just go even, and Ambessa fucking, like, she scales ridiculously well, especially at free items. The champ is so busted. Los ratones! Gragas lanes well versus Ambessa. Kappa! Kappa! Have you ever seen this matchup in high elo? Kapalero! I think laning, what does laning well into Ambessa mean? Beating her and generating a gold lead? If that's the case, Gragas doesn't do that. Gragas can go even with Ambessa, yeah, for sure. But Ambessa has a really efficient trading pattern because of the shield and the unstoppable auto attacks. She can buffer a grasp auto into a Gragas body slam and win the trade basically. And then you get outscaled. I think Phase Rush Gragas never really beats Ambessa. I think Grasp Gragas can beat Ambessa in a lane, like can dominate Ambessa. Grasp Gragas and Electrocute Gragas can kind of compete with Ambessa's laning phase. But you will always get outscaled by Ambessa. After Eclipse, good luck fighting that demonic creature. Why do you think I permaban Ambessa, guys? This champ is just so OP. It's not because she counters Gragas. I don't think she really counters Gragas necessarily. I just think Ambessa is OP as fuck.
What can't he do?
Los ratones. I mean, how do you side lane as the Nidalee here? All the towers are already gone. They won too hard early game that all towers are already gone. So the value of the Nidalee is gone. The way that you side lane now is by ending the game, by pushing into their inhibs basically. Literally suffering from success. This guy won too hard early on, that now he has nothing else to do anymore. AD Nidalee's team fighting is fucking poop. It is ass.
Really doesn't have a way in.
Oh!
Holy.
Holy. That was beautiful. Let's see. How did it start? I mean, they're just not respecting the Gragas, let's be honest. They don't know about Gragas. If he ults faster as well, this is just a small optimization, then Nidalee can't flash it. But she probably flashes afterwards and survives, so... I think it's important for the Gragas to ER here. ER, not EQ. Because if you look his combo slowly... It's good though, it's honestly, this is just a nitpick. Like, this was a really good engage. But I think EQ is bad. You need to ER here. Because who the fuck cares about your Q? Just get your ult off and then you can Q.
And down goes the Duck, it's hunting season! But Baus, Nemesis trying to chunk out Trimby.
Los ratones.
Topping them up. There is
Ooh.
back with the Cyclone Shovel. Pop Ross going in as well. Belly is going to come back with a GA. The crowning GA as well. It's all on Nuke and Rooster. Try and get the damage down. Reset coming out from Nemesis. They cannot end yet.
Oh.
Nuke trying to keep Lost Ratones interested.
Oh my god, she inted. Nuke inted.
By Lost Ratones. Trimby and Rooster, the last two standing.
Nuke tries to find the counterplay, tries to bring it back, but with two beautiful
Oh, damn.
amazing cast by the Thebausffs. Somehow,
Honestly, Baus carried this. Baus 1v9'd this, let's be honest. I'm like nitpicking all the plays because it's just, I don't know, I'm an OTP, I just do that. But he 1v9'd this game. With his engages, with his plays, he actually carried this. I mean, obviously the Caitlyn and the Ryze do the damage, they pump that shit out. But he made the plays happen.
from a complete
Brings it back, Lost Ratones! 2 in a row! From nowhere, from nothing! They rise from the ashes, Lost Ratones claim another victory!
I would say Nemesis carried, Baus trolled early. No, but that's what I'm saying. If they had another top laner, if they had Ambessa instead of Nidalee, this game would have been lost because there's nothing you can do versus Ambessa at this stage of the game as Gragas. You're just fucked. But because they had Nidalee, Baus actually got a lot of breathing room later on in the game. He just had to suffer through, was it like 15 minutes of getting bullied by Nidalee, and then he can kind of, you know, play, then he can shine. Nidalee pick is Grief. It's Grief if you can't end the game. Yeah, I think so. Like, if they ended this game faster, Nidalee pick would be good. I think this is why Nidalee is really good in Korea, because the games end so fast. They just FF 15-minute games, 20-minute games. But if the game is any longer than like 25 minutes, I think Nidalee is like the most useless top laner you can have. Because let's be honest, did you guys see the Nidalee do anything in these last 3 or 5 team fights? I don't think so. I don't think I've seen Nidalee do anything noteworthy. And that's not because he's a bad player, it's just his champion. It feels like they robbed this game though. Los Ratones completely turned it around out of nowhere. They just robbed the entire game. It all started at that one fight in their base. It all started here.
Nemesis pushing forward. We'll have the enhanced recall from that mid lane quest.
And all because of Baus. Honestly. If Baus never did this... If Baus never did this, the enemies wouldn't have inted here. Because the optimal play for the enemies is to walk out, reset, and push the next lane. That is what the enemies need to do here. But because Baus goes and just starts like a random dog shit fight, the enemies, their monkey brain gets just activated and fight. And anybody would fight here, honestly. But that's the thing. You kind of need to bait the enemies to fight so that you can find a comeback here. And even if you go like 3 kills to 3 kills or 4 kills to 4 kills, as long as you make sure the enemies don't end the game here, it's a win-win for you, for Los Ratones.
great explosive call.
I'd actually
Like, you don't even have to win this fight as Los Ratones. You just need this fight to happen and not completely, like, get wiped.
I know.
Nemesis getting that mid lane.
But the fact that they won the fight kind of cemented it.
Place,
Yeah,
I think.
honestly, shit laning phase, good late game, good Gragas performance, what could I say? But Nidalee matchup is just so hard. Let's be honest, this matchup is so bad for Gragas. I think starting Mana Crystal is so toss. Anywho's, let's play some Gragas for myself now and run it down.
السلام عليكم. إذا عجبكم هذا الفيديو سبسكرايب لايك and share وتفعيل الجرس لكي يصلكم كل جديد.